Well, we are thrilled to be here in Platte County. Of course, the Back the Blue Tour is sponsored by our friends over at Window World. And the guy who is going to be the next sheriff here in Platte County, he was elected. He was unopposed on the ballot in the primary and in the general. That's the best kind of election to win. Eric Holland is joining us here on KCMO Talk Radio 95.7 FM, streaming, of course, on the KCMO Talk Radio app. So congratulations to the sheriff-elect. We appreciate you being here, sir.
Thank you. Thanks for coming up here.
Well, you and I were the ones who spoke about this the first time a couple of months ago. And what is it like as someone who's kind of now, you know this place? How long have you been here now?
About 25 years. 25
years. So you've been here 25 years. You're about to become the sheriff. Is there any part of you that has felt like, wow, this is a big deal. This is going to be kind of a new world for me, because you will be, what, the fourth sheriff in Platte County, only the fourth sheriff since 1969?
Right.
Wow. Okay. So with that, what's the responsibility that you're thinking about for the people of Platte County?
You know, the number one job of the sheriff is to keep the county safe, and all the deputies here and the sheriffs wear an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution. So that's the main thing, and taking care of our people. I've got some really big shoes to fill. Sheriff Owen's been a great boss, cares about the community. Sheriff Anderson before him, also a great boss. And we've got some of the most dedicated, hardworking people I've ever seen in law enforcement, and taking care of them and making sure they have what they need day in, day out to do the job.
Now, I didn't realize this, but you are an attorney by trade?
Yes, I was officer first, went to law school, and was on what we call the reserve squad, the volunteer squad, so did it for free for a while when I was in private practice, and then the former sheriff talked me into coming back, and I was doing, as you've seen throughout the morning, most of us wear multiple hats.
Yes,
so
yes.
I was the detective and the attorney for the sheriff, and the attorney for the sheriff just stuck with me as I went through the ranks.
Wow. Okay. So when it comes to having that law background with being a sheriff and knowing that your job is also to uphold an oath to the Constitution, I got to imagine that's helpful in this role. And if so, how?
It's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah, I could see that, right?
It's a blessing because, you know, law enforcement really kind of has the raw end of the deal as far as knowing the law. Mm-hmm. You know, you go to the academy and you have to learn the Constitution almost at the same level that the attorneys that are going to be looking at your work do in a fraction of the time. And so having that background helps when we have a very hardworking detective unit, and whether they're dealing with homicides, assaults, drug cases, cyber's been a growing issue. Helping to digest some of those search and seizure matters, especially in some of the more unique areas, is very helpful. And then sometimes it's a curse because you sit there and you try to ping pong ball all the different scenarios that may happen. And in law enforcement, attorneys and judges get weeks, months, years to review the actions that they had to make in a decision in a fraction of a second.
So when you're thinking about that in this new world of policing that we're in, that unfortunately, I mean, it's gotten more complicated, I think, for different reasons, technology-wise, just where we've been socially in the country. But it does feel like things are moving back towards there being more support for law enforcement generally. I know you've always had great support up here in Platte County, but what would you say to the folks of Platte County and the support that I think has been there as much as any part of this metro over the last few years?
Oh, we have an outstanding community. They've always been supportive of us, even in 2020 and the height of all the noise against law enforcement. Our citizens passed a sales tax to provide more funding to law enforcement. I think the majority of citizens have always supported law enforcement, and I'm not going to say us as a profession have always done everything right. There's always mistakes that get made, things can improve. But in our agency, and honestly all the agencies I've worked around in this metro area, the officers care about their community. They want to do the job right. They want to keep the community safe, get the bad guys off the street, and they do it the best way they can.
Mm-hmm. What are you looking forward to most about? I mean, there's not a lot of change about the department Imagine. But what do you want to do that's maybe different, that's unique to you? What do you think about as you get ready to become the sheriff? I guess it's midnight on New Year's Day, correct, is when you take over. So hopefully it's not too busy of a New Year's Eve for you.
I hope not, but, just knock on wood. The best part about this for me is I'm not taking over something that's broken.
Yeah.
I'm taking over an agency where, like I said, we have great, hardworking people. They get along with each other. They work as a team. So, my main focus is supporting people that work here, giving them the tools they need to do the job, helping them complete the mission to keep the community safe. Part of our support with the community is our involvement in the community. Sheriff Owen's done a lot to move the needle with us as far as community engagement. You've met some of the people we have, like our school resource officers. Kenny Buck was in here earlier, and to have a traffic guy, I got more compliments about Kenny Buck from people he was writing tickets to than I ever got complaints on him. Just having that good relationship with the community, doing the job, keeping them safe, that's what we're about.
Well, that's quite a compliment, too. A guy gives you a ticket and you say, what a good guy. I mean, that takes a skill set, I got to imagine.
Yeah. I'm not going to say everybody loved him, but
it's fine. That would be weird if they all did. I wonder what else was going on. Okay, so, congratulations, by the way. Eric Holland is here, Major Undersheriff. He is the sheriff-elect. He takes over on New Year's Day as the next sheriff up here in Platte County. So what's your final message to the people of Platte County as you get set to embark on this new journey and become, as we talked about earlier, the fourth sheriff in this county in the last 55 years?
Platte County is a great place to live. It has been. We're going to continue to do our part to keep it safe, and this is not the place I would come to commit a crime.
I like that. I like that a lot. Well, congratulations. We appreciate it. Eric, thank you so much for having us up here.
Thanks.